Ted, I know you're fond of saying that every game has a different script, but a script that seems to be a similar one for your team is a player's out and your team responds in a big way. They did it again tonight. What is it about your team that allows you to pull a game that a lot of people might have had questions about, pull it out and get the win?
You think there were some doubts? Yeah. Man, our first two periods, we played really well. Gosh, we had so many looks. And once we got the fifth goal, he made some really big saves for them. You know, we had a couple posts there, and we had a good rhythm going. Obviously, the Sillinger line there, they were feeling it tonight. But yeah, you know what, the guys, they just keep pushing. They just keep pushing and playing hard, and you know that's a desperate team we're playing. We know where they're at. We talked about it. That they need these points bad, so we better be focused and ready. I thought we had a good start, and that was real key to this game. So kudos to the guys coming in. We were playing hard.
A good start, and after they tied it quickly after you got the 1-0 lead, it seemed like your response to that was even at a greater intensity level.
Yeah, that was the good thing. They bounced back with a quick goal there. But we just keep playing, and yeah, like I said, those first two periods, I think we had we had it at around 14 chances the first period, and I think another 10 or 11 in the second. So 25 chances. I mean, we've gone games where we've got 11 or 12. So I mean, we had a lot of really good looks. You know, it's going to slow down in the third. They're going to make a little push there, and it was tough in the second because it was, you know, it's 5-2 there. We go down, we hit a post, should have been 6-2, or could have been 6-2. You know, we have the turnover on the line change, and bang, it's 5-3. It's total different landscape then. But I thought we still played. You know, we didn't tighten up too much there. We played, and in the third they were coming a bit, but guys battled. They battled so hard.
Did you get the sense that Sillinger, in an elevated role, was trying to be more offensive tonight rather than just defensively sound? Max was making that point earlier. Did you see that? Do you agree with that?
Well, I think what helps is, you know, they had one shift with 2 goals, right? He scores and then they get another one. I think, you know, these guys, and you know what I think of Silly. I think he's got a tremendous upside on his offensive game. You know, we always forget he's 18, or at least some people I think do, and he's going through the grind of a season. So he's a kid. I would say, I haven't talked to him, but he sees an opportunity, you know, and some guys, when they see these opportunities, they get excited, and it's amazing what some guys can do. Some guys freeze. He doesn't seem to be that kid, you know. He seems to, even when he's gone through his struggles, he gives me work. He gives me a competitiveness. He gives me the things that you can hang your hat on, even, you know, and to me, that's about being a pro. That's about managing your game, even if you're not producing. So thrilled that he gets on the board, because you know what that does to those guys. It helps them. They get some swagger back. They feel good about their game. And I think you couple that in with his consistency and his work ethic and competitiveness, it'll be interesting to see how he plays here, because the games are going to get harder. You know, these games, this stretch here, it's tough to get points. So we knew we were playing a desperate team, and you know, and we had some guys out, so he elevated. And that whole line, I mean, they were our best line by far tonight. They were great.
What's the scene like on the bench, the mood on the bench when he's standing there as the hats are coming down? I know obviously the veteran players love the kid. Can you just sort of paint the picture there for what it was like and how they were celebrating that with him?
Yeah, he's got that smile, doesn't he? He just enjoys playing the game, being a competitor. And I think, you know, anytime you get a hat trick, I don't care what level it's at, but especially your first at the NHL at his age, that's a pretty special moment. And the guys, you can tell they're pumped up for him, because he puts the work in, you know. And I think you gain respect from your teammates when you put the work in every day. And I sense from that, from watching him and watching how his teammates treat him, they see it. They see what he brings to the rink every day.
Brad, is this some of the best hockey you've seen Max Domi play in recent games? Some of the best hockey you've seen Max Domi play in recent games? Yeah,
no, geez, he elevated his game. He was flying tonight. You know, it's again, I think these offensive guys, you get a shift like that, you get the crowd and it's at home, and man, it gives you a jolt, doesn't it? And you know, again, those three, they were they were electric tonight as far as their legs. You could see it. The puck was following them around a little bit. They could have had more too. They could have done some more damage here, but some of the plays Max made, you know, that's some of his special skill that he has with his passing ability, and so it was great to see him elevate his game too for us.
And you knew at the end of the game that they were going to have a push, and out of necessity, there's some guys like Patrick Laine, Jake Bean out at the end of the game trying to kill that. Just how much confidence does that give to them that you trust them to go out in that situation?
Well, that's it. I mean, you know, there's with injuries comes opportunity, and you know, we ice a couple pucks to get out there, they get their chance, they get their crack at it there. So some guys are going to get put in some different situations. Some of the power plays are a little bit different you've seen. So yeah, it's what you do with that opportunity, and some guys really stepped up tonight.
Sillinger almost had 4 goals actually with that one redirect right in front. Seems like he's really kind of getting that, you know, tipping pucks and being able to redirect. Have you seen him come along in that area this season at all, or is that just something that's kind of natural to him?
What, tipping pucks?
Tipping pucks, getting in front, getting in like down and kind of getting dirty a little bit to get some deflection.
Well, I think that's just kind of who he is. I think that's kind of his pedigree. When you watch him, you know, when I watched him early on, even goes far back from Travers, he's not a perimeter guy. He's going to go to the hard areas, and as far as tipping pucks, he's one of our better guys. If you ever watch him in the end of practice and knocking pucks out of the air and doing things, he's really good at it. So none of that surprises me, you know. But when you're not getting those opportunities, you're not in the net or you're not in the offensive zone, it's hard to tip pucks, right? So you get a game like tonight where you kind of found a rhythm. They get some puck luck there early. They get rolling, and it feels like it's following you around. Then you get to see some more of that skill set. So I'm hoping there's more of that coming.
Say about him where he just continues to work on it, though. I mean, obviously, like you said, he's really good at it. But at the end of every practice, he's out there working on it.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to make sure he does that for the rest of his career, because he's too important and he's too good a player. And I know what he hangs his hat on right now is his work ethic, his competitiveness, and I will not let that slip from him, because that's what's going to elevate him to. I think he could be a special player, a real special player. So he's 18 years old. There's a long ways to go. But this is a special night for him and his family and all the hard work he's put in, you know. And so, you know, enjoy it. And then we got another game coming up here. So